Kavya and Mahima. Ready?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't playing on it. He said my ears messed up, so I'm Color Montage is by Kavya Our pencil is by is the following color inks made up of different colors or the same colors. Hypothesis. Based on our background knowledge, different colored inks are made up of different colors. We use Sharpies, pens, and markers with a different variety of colors, such as red, orange, green, blue, purple, and pink. We had to make coffee filter paper strips, and to do that we used coffee filter paper, pencils, scissors, and metric ruler. We also had to make a solution, and to do that we used water, alcohol, a 150 milliliter beaker, and a 400 milliliter beaker. To preserve our experiment, we used plastic wrap. Our procedure. First, we made a solution by mixing alcohol and water together. We then cut the paper strips, and we made 21 with a dimension of 7 centimeters by 2 centimeters. We then poured the solution in a cup. After that, we made a line 1 centimeter above the bottom of the coffee cup. We then made a dot with a specific color, like a pen, marker, and permanent marker. We waited for 2 to 3 hours, took the strip out, and recorded our observations. Here are our observations. The red permanent marker stayed the same for 3 hours, but it became a bit foggy. This red scented marker stayed the same for 3 hours, and the color changed to light pink. The pen stayed the same for the past 3 hours, just like the permanent marker. Orange. The permanent marker moved up in 2 hours. The color changed to a light pink. The scented marker changed in 2 hours, 20 minutes, to a foggy magenta. The pen moved up in 2 hours, 20 minutes. There was a very thin band of yellow at the top of the strip. The permanent marker moved in 2 hours. The color changed to a light green. The scented marker changed in 2 hours. The color changed to blue, purple, and green at the top. The pen stayed the same for 2 hours, 20 minutes. Light blue. The permanent marker had a glow of blue around the marker beneath. The scented marker in 1 hour was at the top of the strip. The colors were dark blue and light blue. The pen, after 1 hour, had a slight influx of light blue going to the top. The purple permanent marker formed a thin band of purple and pink at the top of the strip. The scented marker changed into a needle shape with purple in the middle. The purple ink of the pen left a band of hot pink and purple at the top of the strip, And finally, black. The permanent marker moved up in 1 hour. The color changed to purple and yellow. The scented marker had the most change of all. The scented marker changed in 1 hour. The color changed to a combination of pink, purple, yellow, orange, and blue. The colors went to the top. They replaced the black color entirely. The pen stayed the same for 2 hours, 20 minutes. There was no difference at all. We did some research and found some interesting facts. To find the colors in the ink, we had to separate or stretch out the ink. In our experiment, there were 2 things, the mobile phase and the stationary phase. The mobile phase is the part in our experiment that moved. In our experiment, which was the substance. The stationary phase is the part that doesn't move, which was the coffee filter paper. So what happened was the alcohol went on the coffee filter paper and hit the dot, and it started spreading around. In that part, it started stretching itself out and showing its true colors. And that was how we saw the colors on the coffee filter paper.
Conclusion. From our experiment, we observed that the ink of the pen, Sharpie marker, and scented marker had different colors in their ink. However, there were also some inks that had no true colors in them. So this shows that overall, our hypothesis was partially right. The colors in the ink are made up of different colors, yet some inks only had one color. Any questions?
Did you use the water to change the color or something?
We didn't use water. We made alcohol. We made the solution using half alcohol, 50% alcohol and 50% water, and that's what made it really.
Is there a reason why you use 50% alcohol and 50% water?
We just wanted to like make this solution, and so we were supposed to do that.
Okay, would it make a difference if you used different things, or if you used all water or all alcohol?
Probably the alcohol had some type of chemical that made the ink like separate and show the true colors, while the water it was just plain, but if it's too strong, it would bleed through the coffee filter strip, so we used half water and half alcohol.
Do you know what chemical in the solution made the colors all? I'm not sure.
So why is it that the pen had different separation, the marker had different? Why do you think that is?
Probably the scented marker, well, because it's a scented marker, it's not like a regular watercolor marker like dust. So probably because of that, there's different chemicals, so it had more true colors than the other ones. While the permanent marker, it had a different type of chemical, so it was a different reaction. And the pen, it's just ink, and they didn't use much chemical, so there wasn't many changes at all.
So is black then?
No.
No,
How come the pen black stays black?
because it doesn't have that much chemicals in, and so when we put it in, it didn't show.
So what happened to the scent with the scented mark?
Well, what happened was, that was one of our questions. Will the scented marker still smell after we put the solution? It didn't smell, because probably the chemicals wear it off and the true colors were showing, so the scented smell wear it off.
He has a question there.
Do you think that if you had left the pen ink in the solution for longer, it would have split?
We waited for 2 to 3 hours, and actually most of them we waited for 2 to 3 hours, but the pen, since it didn't work, we thought we could wait it more. So we waited a longer time, but it still didn't change.
How did you record the amount of time it took for the colors to spread out? How did you record the time? Like, did you sit there and
No, we actually wrote the time on the cups, like the time we started,
And when we were observing, we saw the time and like we saw the changes, and we saw the time and we recorded the time.
So you came back after 2 hours and saw?
Okay, last question here.
If you like put more alcohol, like 93% and 7% of water, could you still like find out what the true color? I'm not sure you would figure all of it out because the alcohol would, like you said, it would bleed through the paper and you wouldn't be able to see it.
but the type of alcohol we used, it was 99%. So we did 50 and 50 because probably 99% had more chemicals in it, so it wouldn't it would bleed through and nothing would happen and the paper strip would just rip off. So we used some water in it to make it like the correct amount.
Okay,